So yeah, Roman, I was telling them, you got to do. Hey, how you doing? Welcome along to episode number 56 of our F1 2019 career mode here with Renault for the Belgian Grand Prix. Oh yeah, this should be a corker, right then. Goals update, yep, that's fine. Weather looks good, which is what we like to see. You don't want to rain around Spa. That's a hell of a long lap. You want rain around Spa. Still the best out there. We're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever bring us down. Yep, still the best engine. Still the best aero. And still second best chassis. Tick, tick, tick. Although it does look like, have a look at the tree, we see Renault have brought it up. Sorry, McLaren have brought an upgrade. So McLaren, so Ferrari. In fact, it looks like the whole of the back end looks like they have as well. Toro Rosso, Racing Point, Red Bull, and Alpha. So we may see some improvements for them. We won't, probably. We'll probably spend all race looking at Ferraris against Toro Rossos, Racing Points, Red Bulls, and Alphas. Although, to be fair, it would be a hell of a fight if we could have us against Leclerc and everyone else. But that's just my opinion. That's just my thought. One man's opinion is, one man's opinion. Sorry, I am dealing with clips at the moment as well. There's all that got sorted. We got the new gearbox in order. Let's take a look at the championship then, shall we, folks? Although we're going back to the history. There we go. 300 points. We've got a 130 point gap over Charles Leclerc, followed by Romain Grosjean in third, who's tied with Carlos Sainz, then Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Alexander Albon, Lucas Weber, Sebastian Vettel, and Kevin Magnussen round out your top 10 in points. In the constructors, we are 130 ahead of Haas, then McLaren, Williams, Mercedes, Ferrari, Racing Point, Red Bull, Toro Rosso, and Alfa Romeo, both who are still yet to score. Which does mean no points yet for Stroll, no points for Kvyat, no points for Raikkonen, and no points for Giovinazzi. Which you're probably about to be shown right now. Or right now. Or maybe even right now. There you go. So that being said, we're going to get qualified, we're going to get practiced, and we will see you guys on the start line for what should be a very fast and very exciting Belgian Grand Prix.
Who doesn't love the Belgian Grand Prix? It's the race, of course, that gave maiden pole positions to the Jordan and Force India teams, with Rubens Barrichello and Giancarlo Fisichella respectively. Jordan, of course, would then go on to better that here in 1998 with their first ever victory. And you can guarantee that something special will always happen at Spa Francochamps. But what that something is today is anybody's guess. Spa Francochamps today, a circuit that spans 4.35 miles. There are tons of elevation changes along the way too. 19 corners making up this circuit, with 9 of those to the right and the remaining 10 to the left. This track is a great one for fans of pure speed. The average lap speed comes close to a whopping 145 miles an hour. Alongside me to discuss all the action today is Anthony Davidson. Thanks for joining us, Ant, and tell me, you were down in the pit lane earlier. How do you think the track conditions are today?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Paul lines up on pole position, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Leclerc, Grosjean, Valtteri Bottas, and Weber, Magnussen, Sainz, Vettel, and Devon Butler, Albon, Ricciardo, Pierre Gasly, and Kvyat, Perez, Hülkenberg, Lance Stroll, and Antonio Giovinazzi. Verstappen, they'll be starting further back after an earlier grid penalty. And Kimi Raikkonen finishes off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, let's sauce is always pretty tight, but we've got a clear run. Remember the runoff if you need it.
Yeah, Jeff, don't worry. Someone tells me we won't need that runoff at all. Yes, sirree. P1. And it was actually a lot closer than it actually looked. We just hooked up an absolute stonker of a lap in the final session. One stop, as is normal. We have bumped the difficulty up again. Last few races we've been on 101. This one we've bumped it up to 102. So yeah, this could be a lot more closer than we think. But you know what? Let's go and get it done. So here we go then, folks, for the running of the Belgian Grand Prix from pole position. It's going to be a good one, folks. And 5 lights are already out. It's lights out, away we go. We get a great start off line, but then bogged down in a gear or two. 3 wide into last source with one of the... I can't see which one that is. I know it's Lewis Hamilton at the front there. They're still side by side going down to Eau Rouge. And through Eau Rouge up the top of the hill. Oh, we slide very wide in Eau Rouge and have to cut the corner a bit. We'll get a warning for that. The old slap of the hand as we head down the Kemmel Straight. Look at this. Look at that train behind us. It's like a Talladega almost, with all them cars sharing the draft. As we go through Lake Com and Malmedy down to the Brussels hairpin. Ooh, a little wide through the Brussels hairpin, and now down the hill even more to Liège, and then through to Pouhon. We got McLaren there, we got a Haas there, Grosjean's up there, through Pouhon. Literally lift, plant the throttle, and off you go. That is all done and dusted. We're heading to the Fagnes chicane, and then into Stavelot before we begin the run up to Blanchimont. But you can see that it is on from the start. We've got Hamilton, we've got Leclerc, Grosjean, Bottas is back there, Sainz is somewhere back there, I don't know where, but he's back there somewhere. We'll have to find him as quickly as we can. Excuse me. But into the bus stop chicane for the first time. A little deep into the bus stop chicane, that's fine and dandy, no harm, no foul, as we head down the main pit straight to La Source for the first time. Sorry, second time. I'm getting my numbers confused here. I don't know why I'm getting my numbers confused. Why am I getting my numbers confused? Why, how now, brown cow? I haven't got a clue as we go to the fight for P7. There's Alexander Albon and Carlos Sainz side by side into Eau Rouge and up the top of the hill to Blanchimont. That is incredible stuff there. Still side by side down the Kemmel Straight, and you've got to look behind him because Lucas Justin Weber may get involved here. Sainz is past him. Here comes Weber. Vettel is not too far away as well. That is sensational. And Weber's picked Sainz's pocket here. Go on, Weber. My man Weber is trying to pick the pocket of Carlos Sainz. That's easy for me to say. Pick a pocket of Carlos Sainz. Well, have to see if that's something there. But Weber is up into P7. As we go back through the field, this is Kimi Raikkonen and Antonio Giovinazzi. We're looking the wrong way from one of them. There he is. Oh, he's tried to go one way, but I think that's Raikkonen. He's squeezed Giovinazzi out. And is that... No, that is Raikkonen we were on board with. I do apologise. You always get the Iceman's helmet mixed up. And there he is. He breezes past Giovinazzi into the Brussels hairpin. Meanwhile, coming out of Stavelot, we've set purple. Hamilton is still in close attendance. I hope still in close attendance. I don't know how close he actually is. As we go back to that is the fight for P15. Excuse me, Nico Hülkenberg with Sergio Perez on the way up the hill. And it looks like Hülkenberg got past Perez and he's into P15. Oh, we've got a bit of a bargy going on behind him. What's going on there? That is Hollywood Lance Stroll with Max Verstappen for P17. And the Dutch fans who've made the journey across the border are going to be absolutely thrilled. And there you go, P17 for Max Verstappen, even though it is only P17 and not anything even better than that. Meanwhile, up at the front of the field, Lewis Hamilton's come. He's got DRS down the Kemmel Straight. We're going to be side by side with the McLaren at some point. Here we go. Fight for the lead, just like it was last season. It's going to be ourselves, and it's going to be Hamilton, but Hamilton gets squeezed out, and that's a bit naughty and a bit rude as Carlos Sainz and Lucas Justin Weber fight for P7 on the track. They were all over the place. They're side by side into Les Combes, and it looks like Weber is going to get the better here of... no, he's not. They're still side by side, but yes, here he goes. He got the better of him, and into the Brussels hairpin he goes as we go back to Sergio Perez with Nico Hulkenberg in close tenders. Here comes Hulkenberg. DRS scream past him, but there goes Verstappen, and Verstappen's going to go for Hulkenberg. What a move by the Dutchman! Oh, that was incredible. The Dutchman picks the pocket of the pair of them. Thank you very much, says that man. As we're still somewhere around here as we go to Alexander Albon. It looks like Albon has a problem because we've got a DRS train right behind him. There goes Butler, and there goes Ricciardo's pretty wide down to Blanchimont. They're still going to be there side by side with Ricciardo and Butler. It's Ricciardo on the right, Butler on the left. Albon wants to come back past, and Ricciardo's trying to go around the outside of the bus stop chicane. He's got the inside for the next corner, but Butler's going to get the traction down, and that is going to be Ricciardo getting the traction down. Even he's still not clear of Butler. They're going to be side by side through La Source, and they're down to the Eau Rouge chicane. This is going to be terrifying. They're going to sort this out quick, and Butler's gone. Thank you very much, because I didn't want to see two Ferraris go through there side by side. That would have been mental. Absolutely mental. As we're up Eau Rouge down the Kemmel Straight. Lewis Hamilton is somewhere. He's pretty close. You can see the proximity arrow at the bottom there. He says he's pretty close. I wouldn't bet he's that close. As we're going to the fight for P7 now. Sorry, P8. That is Sebastian Vettel. Has Vettel got past Albon? Did we not see Vettel get past Albon? Or is that Albon? No, that is Vettel. I don't know what's going on here, because there's Albon. He's way back, but speaking of, here comes Ricciardo now. He's going to go past big time Devon Butler for P10, the last point on the grid. You got Albon behind them. You got one of the Toro Rosso, I presume that's Kvyat. And who else is there? I think that was the man Gasly in close attendance as well. Yes, yes, it was the man Gasly, because his Sergio Perez, he's being passed by big time Hollywood Lance Stroll for, well, actually, no, I thought it was going to be Stroll passing, but he tried to go Hulkenberg, did Perez. Fair play. Fair play to that man there as we're out of Stavolo on the way up to Blanchimont. And you can see that Bottas has now been dropped, so it's a four-way fight for the lead here at present as we go to Alexander Albon. He's really struggling here, folks, as Kvyat's about to come past him. You got the Red Bulls side by side behind him, Verstappen and the man Gasly. And there goes Kvyat. He's going to pass Albon, but I think Albon's going to make this really tough. Oh, there might have been a contact there as well. A big lock of the brakes from Alexander Albon, and Kvyat's got him out of the bus stop chicane. Now, how's that fight between Verstappen and the man Gasly going to end? It's going to end with one of them passing the other. I think... oh, no, he's gone back around the outside. Who is that? I don't have a foggy there. As we're now with Sergio Perez. He's still struggling to get past... get rid of Hollywood Lance Stroll, and Stroll's just going to stroll past him for P17 here into Blanchimont. Thank you very much, says that man. Oh, he's not got it because the power of that Mercedes in the back of that train there. You got Raikkonen and Giovinazzi behind him into the bus stop chicane. Stroll has got Perez. How's Raikkonen and Giovinazzi going to finish? It's going to finish with them splitting up very nicely. Thank you very much. And everything is all sorted. Meanwhile, out of Eau Rouge, up the Kemmel Straight, we got Lewis Hamilton side by side with ourselves. Oh, I thought he was side by side. Now he is side by side. Down the Kemmel Straight. Who's going to get that one? We'll just outbrake him and escort him to the outside of the corner, pinch him into the apex, and thank you very much. We'll keep P1 for the moment. Now, here we go. What's this going to be? It's going to be Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel. Oh my god, side by side through Eau Rouge. Oh, hold on to your pants, because that could end very nastily. Sainz forces Vettel wide, and this is going to be side by side down the Kemmel Straight, but Vettel's going to have to concede because Sainz has got DRS, and he is gone with that Haas powertrain. The Ferrari engine in the back of that horse. As we go to the fight for P10 between Daniel Ricciardo and big time Devon Butler. They have lost Alexander Albon very quickly. Albon's got to have a problem, folks. In fact, it looks like it's all kicking off down the Kemmel straight behind them. We'll have a look at that in a second. Here's White's Verstappen and the man Gasly. Let's see what happens here between these two. They go side by side through Eau Rouge. You've got Alexander Albon in front of them. It's Danny Kvyat as well. Still side by side, the two Red Bulls. Now who's going to have a go at Alexander Albon? It looks like it's going to be Verstappen having to go first. And Verstappen down the inside. Oh, Albon squeezes him into the grass, but Verstappen's coming through, excuse me, round the corner. Oh, that was easy through the com. And Gasly's having to defend from Nico Hülkenberg at the same time as we go back to Hollywood Land Stroll. He's fighting Sergio Perez here, and Kimi Raikkonen's coming through. They're going to be 3 wide down the Kemmel straight almost. Oh, Raikkonen thought better of it, but Perez is there, and Perez has been shunted backwards by Stroll, and Raikkonen's overtaken Perez, and Perez down to P19. Meanwhile, we're coming for our pit stop in the top corner. You can see that Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel are side by side up to Blanchimont. Haas versus Williams, Mercedes versus Ferrari. It's all kicking off as we come into our pit stop of 18 men holding rubber in the right box. You can see that we're going to fight between Alexander Albon and Nico Hülkenberg. They're scrapping now. You got Danny Kvyat. No, sorry, that's is that Danny Kvyat? I don't know. Who is that? No, that's not. That's Hollywood Land Stroll. That's Stroll and Raikkonen. Albon's lost that much time? Wow! That's absolutely incredible. Meanwhile, we've come out of the pits and we're side by side with the Ferraris down the Kemmel straight. We've got rid of Butler. Will Ricciardo get rid of Butler at the same time? Yes, he will. He's cleared him. And that must be around about P9 we've come out. Oh, and I think Leclerc's cleared Butler as well. So Butler's had his pocket picked there. That's absolutely incredible, folks. And we go to Alexander Albon. He's been passed now by Kimi Raikkonen for P15. It was so that was Sergio in front of him. No, that's Nico. Sorry. So where's Albon lost that position? We'll have to find that out. As Albon's losing another place. This is the Hollywood Land Stroll. Good Lord. Albon's got problems. And I mean, Albon's got big problems. Speaking of big problems, we've actually come out P7. So someone else... Oh, that's because I think he pitted, didn't he? Leclerc. So here comes Lewis Hamilton. And here comes Romain Grosjean. Where are they going to come out in accordance to us? Whose strategy is going to work here best? The undercut or the overcut? Oh, that's going to be a good one to find out, folks. Whose strategy works out best as Lewis Hamilton comes into the McLaren garage and he is gone. See ya. Bye-bye. There's Grosjean right behind him. Where are we? We're there somewhere. You want to say somewhere? Oh, there we are. We're going to be side by side. Oh, we've just got him. Got him, cleared him. And thank you very much. Lewis Hamilton thinking about side by side through Eau Rouge. That ain't going to happen, mate. That ain't going to happen. Definitely not. He may try side by side down the Kemmel straight, though. We'll let him have that one. As he goes to the outside for the Kemmel, for the Les Combes chicane. I've got the notes, the upside down here on Australia Vision. And we'll just pinch Lewis into the apex. And thank you very much. Grosjean's actually cut Leclerc here. So Leclerc's had an absolute shocker. So who are we still going to pass here? We're going to pass Magnussen in front of us. He's still on the soft tyre. He'll presumably transfer to the hard for some inexplicable reason. And who else have we got to pass then? There's a car missing here. Who's missing? Who's the leader of this race? I'm trying to think of all the cars that are in front of Magnussen. Oh, there he is. It's Bottas. Bottas is leading the race. You may just see the orange dot disappearing down the bottom of your screen there. So that's we're going to have to figure that one out as we head out of Stavelot up to Blanchimont for the gazillion. It feels like the gazillionth time. It really isn't the gazillionth time. We may hear alternate Ian in a second. No, we won't. That's good. That's what we didn't want to hear. So Bottas has now pit. So we retake the lead of the Belgian Grand Prix here on lap number 8. And we'll head down out of La Source down to Eau Rouge for the 8th time. Lewis Hamilton is all over that rear wing, folks. I mean, he is all over it as we are a little deep in through Eau Rouge and Radion down the Kemmel Straight. Meanwhile, who we got here? We've got Antonio Giovinazzi, who's not pitted yet. He's fighting with Kimi Raikkonen for P8. Sorry, Sebastian Vettel for P8. And Vettel has got him, but here comes Giovinazzi. Giovinazzi going to get him back in. Go on, I want to see this happen, folks. I want to see Giovinazzi put this man in his place. Thank you very much around the outside. Oh, but Vettel, the party pooper. Oh, he's still there, Giovinazzi. Go on, Jovo. Everyone's cheering on Giovinazzi here. Oh, but Vettel spoils the party. Vettel spoils the party, folks. Oh, Vettel may like to party, but certainly not on that occasion. Let's be damn honest and damn sure there. As we come out of the Fagnes chicane into Stavelot for the 8th time, and Lewis Hamilton's still behind us. Romain Grosjean is not far behind him. I tell you what, we could end up with a Renault 1-2 here at the Belgian Grand Prix. This has been more competitive than I actually thought it would be, because in qualifying we were absolutely on it like a car bonnet, but here comes that incredible race pace that the McLaren has got. Where's this race pace come from out of nowhere? As we go into out of the bus stop chicane to start lap number 9 of the Belgian Grand Prix. And right behind us there you can see Romain's fixing to make a move here. Why is the yellow flags flying? Why is the yellow flag... Oh, good lord. Oh, Romain. God damn it, Romain. You had one job, man. And now you've left me susceptible to Lewis Hamilton down the Kemmel Straight here. But we're going to have a rain check on that one as we go to Charles Leclerc fighting with Valtteri Bottas for P3. Bottas to the outside of the Monegasque driver in the Haas. Oh, this is going to feel sweet to Bottas because they were teammates last year, but side by side they go. And Leclerc's just going to hold on through Malmedy and keep P3 for the moment as we go out of Eau Rouge. Giovinazzi has still not pit yet, folks, and he's still P8 for some reason. And Sainz is going to go side by side with Jovo through Eau Rouge and up Radion down the Kemmel Straight. That's fantastic. I want to see Giovinazzi make this move. Go on, Jovo. Oh, he can't get close to him. That Haas has got some incredible grunt in that Ferrari powertrain. That Ferrari powertrain has got some oomph to it. Let's not deny that, folks. It's got some absolute power. Power and everything else in the between. As we go through Radion up to the bus stop chicane, we've got Lewis Hamilton still in close attendance. I don't know how close he actually is. He's right there. He's got a fantastic exit out of the bus stop chicane. He's got DRS as well. Will he go for a move on the outside of the source? Yes, he will. He's gone for it. We're just going to have to bury it and hope we push him wide. Yes, we do. That could have ended a lot worse than it already did. As we head down through Eau Rouge, they say brake. We're just full flat out, and for some reason we're seeing Lewis Hamilton again. Okay. Not sure why we're seeing that move again. Obviously the Belgian director liked that move, because it obviously sets up this precursor here to this one down the Kemmel Straight. Goes Lewis Hamilton and Marcel side by side almost. Lewis Hamilton's going to go to the outside, and we're just going to force him out there and say, sorry Lewis, you're not coming through. That'll stay in that position as we go to Carlos Sainz. Now I've got my notes saying this is actually, that's Leclerc and Bottas, folks. Don't know why that is how it came up, but oh, there you go. That's because I'm reading the wrong thing there. As Leclerc and Bottas has passed Charles Leclerc for P3, and now the two McLarens are on the podium with myself. We are being kept very honest here by Lewis Hamilton, and that's what I appreciate. I like that. This is, what's this? I forgot what difficulty this was done. I think it's 101, something like that now. So no harm, no foul, really. As we set a fastest last sector and start the last lap of the Grand Prix, we're going to brake early to try and get a great exit through La Source, but we took a lot of curb there as we head down the hill. Somewhere around here we're going to see the fight for P7 between Carlos Sainz and Sebastian Vettel. We don't see that. Do we not have that fight on the last lap? Oh, we obviously don't. Here comes Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc and Bottas. Leclerc wants that position back, folks. And I don't blame him. Because he had his pants pulled down by Valtteri. But he's going to go around the outside of Les Combes. And Valtteri is going to keep P3. And I think that's going to be the McLarens booked in for 1-3, 2-3 here. As we go to the battle for P13 between... who is that? That is the man Gasly with Nico Hülkenberg. And Hulkenberg's just breezed past Gasly like he wasn't even there, folks. That was pretty easy if you ask me. And speaking of pretty easy, the fight for basically last place, P18, between Antonio Giovinazzi and Sergio Perez. Perez doesn't want to be last. And he's not going to be, because he's going to pass Giovinazzi with the greatest of ease, folks. So I mean the greatest of ease. You couldn't have asked for anything else as we head out of Stavelot. Lewis Hamilton, nowhere to be seen. He's finally given up the ghost here. We're going to... I think we're going to bump this down now. Oh no, we're coming up to... oh yeah, I was saying we're derated, but we don't care about that as we come out the bus stop chicane for the final time. Checkered flag in the air. Oh, it's been hard fought. It's been absolutely hard fought, folks, but we've deserved this. We win the Belgian Grand Prix. Woohoo!
Awesome, just amazing. Well done.
Oh, that was tough, folks.
Renault have pulled off a sublime performance to secure the top step of the podium today. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
Well, I know it's a bit of a boring answer, but the truth is they simply had the best speed package on the day, and a driver who knows how to take advantage of that. It doesn't matter how much time you spend poring over the stats and planning strategies if you can't keep the pace, and our winner today showed they could do both.
Here come today's winning drivers, and what a race it was. This is a team that knows success very well in F1, and they're just itching for even more. Congratulations to the Renault team for their excellent win today.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
So, let's review the drivers' standings. Paul increases their championship lead. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
Often my go-to would be a driver who's managed to pull off an especially impressive feat during the race. However, in this instance, I was more impressed by Max Verstappen's solid, clean driving throughout the event.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Renault's lead continues to grow at the head of the table. Well, that was certainly an incredible weekend of racing. Be sure to join myself and Ant for more exciting Formula One action soon.
Oh, that was absolutely tough there, folks. I cannot believe that that's happened, but we win the Belgian Grand Prix. Win the Belgian Grand Prix. Unbelievable. Absolutely insane. Hamilton's finished second. Bottas third for McLaren 2-3. Those McLaren showed up today. Leclerc finishes fourth. Lucas Justin Weber, another eventful race in fifth. And Kevin Magnussen, Carlos Sainz, Sebastian Vettel, and Danny Rick and big time Devon Butler round out your top 10 in points. I don't think we're going to want to look at, Romain. Romain, we're going to have a word. You just signed that contract. We're going to have a word with you. You're going to need to clean your act up here, man. That being said, we better go see Claire, and we better go see what interview questions that she may have for us now.
Great work out there today. Let's have your thoughts.
Oh, not you.
Was there really any competition for you today?
There really wasn't, actually. I was expecting more competition, but, with this bloody power unit behind us, who's going to stop us?
Do you think you were lucky not to end your race?
Haven't a clue what crash you were on about there. Might want to go check the replay on that, but, no comment.
Well, Thanks anyway.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I don't actually know what crash she was on about. She could be on about any crash. I don't think we had contact with anyone, to be perfectly honest. I think we kept it nice and clean out there. She's stirring up the usual, you know, stir. But you got a feel for Romain, man. I think he could have had second today. I really, really, really do.
Just wanted to say congrats on the podium. It's thoroughly deserved. We were sweating those last few laps on the pit wall, but you brought it home.
Absolutely. Let's keep the spirits up, Jeff. Let's keep the spirits up. Roman, keep the spirits up, mate. We've got this. What we got here? Oh, I've done them already. Pfft. No one cares. Show me something new. Show me something new I can show the guys. Right, I think it's the last race of this powertrain, I do believe, around Italy, so we're going to give it the old fitting send-off, as you would. And there's the championship table for you. Now, we can't win the championship at Italy, but we can practically guarantee it. It would just need Charles Leclerc to retire. Not likely, but not impossible. Doing the rough maths in my head, we're at a gap of 143. Even if we took max points, it would be 169. So yeah, we need about 180 something like. I don't quite know the number, but it's up in the 180s, 190 area. But guys, as we always say, as you look at the trophies we've done this season, and the difficulty's been getting more and more as we've gone on, so it's on merit. 10 likes. We always ask for it. We always generally get it. Let's do it. We can do it all together, and you can subscribe for more daily F1 2019, Snooker 19, NASCAR Heat 4, Monster Energy Supercross, as well as other live streams available throughout the week. When you hit the notification bell, hit that, you get notified when an episode goes up, you get notified when we go live as well. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and until we see you all for the Italian Grand Prix, where we're going to rain on the Tifosi parade, we will see you all on the start line in the next video. Take care everyone, thanks for watching, we'll see you next time.